Alrighty, so welcome to Tuesday. We're going to continue on our exponent rules. Real quick to review the ones from yesterday. When we are multiplying like bases, okay, sorry, that's kind of hard to see, x to the a times x to the b. When you're multiplying like bases, you can add the exponent. So this would be x to the a plus b, okay? If you have a power to a power, remember that's how I called it. So x to the a, that one's very, very hard to see because the glare. X to the a to the b, that's when we multiply, okay? So this would be x to the a times b. This is all from yesterday, so the notes are just down a couple rows, but they're there. There is the power of a product. So if you have two things being multiplied, the same exponent, you can distribute that in. So you would have xy to the a would equal x to the a, y to the a. And yesterday we also talked about the zero exponent rule that said anything to the zero power is 1. Be careful on this one here. If you have anything inside of that, so let's say we have 3x squared in parentheses to the third power. That third power goes to everything in here. So it goes to the 3 and it goes to this. So 3 to the third power is 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Then we have x squared to the third. That's power to a power. So we're going to multiply those. So that would be x to the 2 times 3, which is 6. Okay. Make sure whenever you're using that one, you put it to everything in there. All right. If you have questions, let me know. Today we're going to talk about just 3 quick more ones. They're very similar to what we've already went over. The first one is our quotient rule. So it says if you have two like bases, let me do that. X to the a divided by x to the b. Okay, that's a terrible x. What we can do is we can subtract the exponents. We always subtract the bottom from the top, okay? So when you're dividing like bases, this can be written as x to the a minus b. For example, say I have x to the 10 divided by x to the 4. We can subtract our exponents, and so this would become x to the 10 minus 4. 10 minus 4 is 6. So this would be x to the 6th power. And that's as far as we can go because we don't know what x is. Say I have one with numbers. Say I have 4 to the 5th power over 4 to the 3rd power. That's a lot of multiplication, okay? I don't expect you to have to do all that. Use your exponent rules to simplify first. So we have like bases, which is 4. So we can write this as 4, 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. So this is the same as 4 squared. We know that 4 squared is 16. 4 times 4. All right? Don't forget, notes are right below. Okay. The next one is called the power of a fraction rule. It's very similar to this one right here. Okay, so if we have a fraction and it's raised to an exponent, we can put it into both the numerator and the denominator. Remember, the numerator is the number on top of the fraction bar, denominator is the number on the bottom of the fraction bar. So this one would say if you have something like x over y to a power, we'll call a, because I've been using a for all my exponents. What we can do is we can distribute that into both the numerator and denominator. So this would be x to the a divided by y to the a, okay? This is really helpful when you're trying to simplify fractions that really can't go further. So for instance, say I have 3/4 and I want you to square it. Do you know what 3/4 times 3/4 is? I know we can put it into a calculator and figure it out. But say you have to have it as a fraction for some reason. What we can do is take that and we can apply that fraction to both the numerator and denominator. So we would have 3 squared over 4 squared. 3 squared is 3 times 3 is 9. 4 squared is 4 times 4 is 16. And there's our answer. Okay? All right, I got one more. And it's for negative exponents. So in the world of mathematics, we don't like negative exponents for some reason. So there's an easy fix. Anytime you have a negative exponent, so x to the negative a, all we do to make it positive is we flip it to the other side of the fraction bar. So because there is no fraction, it's technically over 1. So we just flip that around, and we would call this 1 over x to the now positive a. Imagine that. Say our negative exponent is already in the denominator. So say we have 1 over x to the negative a. In this case, we just flip it up, and this would be x to the a. So a lot of times, right now I'm not going to take off for you writing negative exponents unless I'm asking you to specifically make it positive. But just keep that in mind. They like to use that a lot, especially if you have to take the ACT test or any other standardized test like that. They'll kind of fool you. So they might have an answer that's right. You might get an answer that's right, and it might not be a part of your available answers. So you just have to know how to manipulate numbers to figure it out, okay? It's all problem solving. That's really all it is. So an example here would be like 2 to the negative 3. How do you do 2 to the negative 3? There's not an easy way to explain it, but I know how to explain 2 to the third power, which is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 times 2 is 8. I should know that faster than that. So this would be 1 over 8, okay? Let's say I give you a mixed one. Say I ask you to simplify with all positive exponents. This one here, x to the 4 over x to the 7, okay? What we do here is we would have x to the 4 minus 7. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. So our answer here would be x to the negative 3. But if I ask you to make it only positive exponents, you're just that can't be your final answer. So you have to take it, flip it to the other side of the fraction bar. So we're gonna actually flip this under, and your answer will be 1 over x to the third power, okay? All right, so to add on to this list from yesterday, we now have 3 more. So if you have x to the a over x to the b, that's x to the a minus b, that's far away. Subtract the exponents if you're dividing. If you have a fraction to an exponent, that exponent can go to both numerator and the denominator. So this would be x to the a over x to the b. And our last one is if you have a negative exponent, flip it under the fraction bar. Silly. Okay, and those are all of your exponent rules. So we're going to do some practice now. You can let me know if you have questions, or you can go ahead and try the work.